Welcome back, everyone. This is Frank Demora from the End Times Research Ministry. You're looking at one of my websites where you get the book for free that I wrote, The Last Chronicles of Planet Earth. Just scroll down when you go over to endtimesresearchministry.com. You'll see the cover of the book, and right below it, you'll see the link. Just click that link, and the book will be at your disposal for free, by the way. Earlier today, I made a video, and that video had to do with the prelude of the mark of the beast, and with what is happening with mandates given by many governments around the world concerning the COVID-19 vaccination. Please go over to my website today, October the 6th, 2021. Go over to www.bibleprophecyman.com, and when you're there, watch that video because it has a lot of information showing you the prelude. We're on it right now, the road leading to the Antichrist mark of the beast. So you can go over to this site and see that video, endtimesresearchministry.com or BibleProphecyMan.com. Now, the reason why I am making a second video today is because right after I posted that video earlier today, another article came up, and it really is an association with what I made earlier today. It's from Natural News, and the headline to this article: Israel just nullified vaccine passports for all double jabbed people. Now only triple jabbed get freedom. And in my first video, I show you the signs of this prelude of the Antichrist mark and how it's being forged, not just in the United States, not just in Canada, but many places around the world. So, if you don't know about Bible prophecy, you better listen to these words by Jesus Christ found in Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 through 18. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So it doesn't matter if you're wealthy. It doesn't matter how much income you really have, whether you're a great person or you're not such a great person. Maybe people don't even know you're alive. Whether you're rich or you're poor, it's not going to matter to the Antichrist in the last days. Whether you're free and bond, you think it's going to matter to the Antichrist or the people who are in jail? No, it won't. Whether you're outside of jail being free or you're inside, the mark is coming. To receive a mark in your right hand or in your foreheads. And that no man, now get this, because this goes in association with this article that I'm about to read to you right now. And that no man might buy or sell, say he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So you got three different ways that you can be marked to show allegiance to the man who will claim that he is God and force people to worship him by having them take this mark. Here's the wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man, and his number is 666, or 666. So how are these jabs that we see in the headline for this news that came out about Israel? Well, take a look at this article. It says this: after earlier claiming that only 2 injections would be necessary in order to obtain a green pass, the government of Israel is now forcibly demanding that all Israelis receive a 3rd jab of the Wuhan coronavirus COVID-19 in order to maintain the privilege of, get this people, of buying and selling. What did the Lord reveal to us almost 2,000 years ago? That no man might buy or sell, say he that had the mark. So for now, the prelude of the mark of the beast that I'm talking about is how governments around the world are herding their people in, forcing their people, mandating their people to take a vaccination. shot. And if you don't get it, right now, as you see in that other video I made, that when you go over to my site, you can see that, you become a second-class citizen. And more of these restrictions are being placed on people who are refusing these vaccination shots from all different countries. Look at when you see articles and it's talking about government stopping you from buying or selling, and then you read what Jesus said almost 2,000 years ago with the same exact verbiage, you know, if you're wise, God is giving you instructions. Pay attention to my words. That's what he's saying. Now, as it goes on, it says, many as 2 million Israelis who took the first 2 vaccines from Operation Warp Speed, but not the third, recently lost their green passes, according to reports. Until they comply, these are strong words, until they comply, these double jab people will now be considered unvaccinated in the eyes of the government. So it's not good enough to get 2 of these shots. They're going to force the third one, and they're all experimental shots. The new guidelines stipulate that a person retains their immunity status for just 6 months after receiving their second or third dose of the vaccine. Reported humans are free about the situation. Those with natural immunity also get a pass, but must receive a vaccine shot 6 months after recovery or lose the privilege. So it's a noose around the neck, complete bondage, if you will, to the government. Obey them or else. Israelis who are naturally immune and waiting that later jab, not vaccinated at all or 12 years of age and younger, can still obtain a limited 7-day green pass. Oh, big deal. But only after testing negative with a fraudulent PCR test. The results of a rapid antigen test will only be valid for 24 hours. Humans are free ads. Now this is where I found it interesting, because they talk about the mark of the beast. How many mark of the beast injections is Israel planning to roll out? The Israeli Green Pass serves as proof that a person took all of the government mandated vaccine marks. A valid Green Pass allows an Israeli to visit a bar, go to a restaurant, swim in a swimming pool, or attend indoor and outdoor events with more than 100 people. The only Israelis who are exempt from the Green Pass requirements are those under the age of 3. Government officials in Israel now admit that the Green Pass is not medically justified, but rather than it exists as a compliance measure to whip society into forced servitude and obedience to the new world order, the road leading to a one world government as Jesus prophesied. There is also talk about a 4th booster shot soon on the way that will render the triple jabbed and lower as unvaccinated. Only those Israelis who take the 4th injection will be considered fully vaccinated and awarded Green Pass privileges. So you in Israel who don't get the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th, I'm sure there's going to be a 5th, a 6th, a 7th, and 8th. It'll be non-stop. Get ready, because you may find yourself not being able to go into any stores to buy or sell. According to the latest data, about 5.6 million people in Israel, which has a total population around 5.6 million, have received the first 2 doses of Fauci flu shots. About 3.5 million have also received a 3rd injection. Even though there is zero evidence to suggest that 2, 3, 4, or even more injections for the Chinese virus do anything to stop infection or spread. The Israeli government is demanding full compliance of all residents who wish to live something resembling a normal life. And let me just tell you, from here on in, not just in Israel, but everywhere around the world, it's not going to be a normal life. And the reason why is because the birth pangs that Jesus warned us about, we're in the heart of those birth pangs and we can't go back. He likens these last days to a woman with a baby. in birth pangs, and we know that it might subside, but then when it comes back, it's going to be a lot worse than it was before. So forget about a normal life. Israeli authorities have already hinted that Wuhan flu shots can become a semi-annual ritual where Green Pass holders will need to get another injection every 6 months in order to buy and sell. Jesus' warning about being able to buy and sell. Only in the case of Revelation, you cannot buy or you cannot sell without the mark of the beast. But again, it's the road that we're on now that is leading to that mark, herding people into where the New World government wants them to go. I would like to see an article outlining who has been jabbed in Israel, wrote one skeptical commentator at Natural News. Specifically, I would like to know the authenticity of just who is being hospitalized, dying, infected, Jewish, Christian, or Palestinian. I don't know if that data exists or if I could even believe the data if available at this point. So it's another huge problem because people around the world, there's so much news on both ends, people can't trust what people are saying. So the only person you really can trust is Christ, as he wrote, because what he wrote we're seeing in the news. That road leading us down that path, so you know who's telling you the truth without watching the mainstream media. Others pointed out that the Israelis who are going along with this sham are committing genocide against themselves, which is ironic in the light of history. Stupid is as stupid does, wrote another. If you can't see it by now, you are choosing not to, and therefore you deserve your fate. The latest news about Chinese virus injection tyranny can be found at, and then it gives you a link right down here. Now, as far as this last statement, stupid is as stupid does, if you can't see it by now, you are choosing not to, and therefore you deserve your fate. Take this in light of Revelation chapter 13. Take it in light of the very words by the living Messiah. If you see it and you choose not to accept his words, stupid is as stupid does, and you deserve your fate. I'm hoping that this video will change that fate if you choose wrongly. And if you choose to reject the words of Jesus, your fate is sealed in a place where you will not want to be, and that will be an everlasting fire, as Christ himself talks about hell more than anyone in the Bible. Stay with me, folks. Come on board as we watch the current news, connecting Bible prophecy with the current news so that we remain strong as we watch these events being played out, because as they're being played out, we know that Jesus is coming for us soon. And that, my friends, is the good news. God bless.